Hello, my loves. I'm Venus Morrigan, and today we're going to explore a topic that many men experience, but few talk about openly: the gradual loss of sexual desire. It's something that can feel confusing, frustrating, even a little isolating. One day, passion feels effortless, natural, undeniable, and then, slowly, it begins to fade. The spark that once felt so alive becomes harder to ignite. But why does this happen? Is it just age? Hormones? Stress? Or is there something deeper, something hidden beneath the surface that most people never consider? Before we begin, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support allows us to keep having these conversations honest, open, and free of judgment. Now, let's dive into the surprising reason why so many men find their desire fading over time and what they can do to rediscover the passion that feels just out of reach. When a man begins to lose interest in sex, the first assumption is often biological, that testosterone levels have dropped, that age is taking its toll, or that something physical has shifted. And while hormones certainly play a role, they're rarely the full story. You see, male desire is not just about biology. It's about the mind, the heart, and the connection between body and soul. Think of it this way. When you first experience desire, it's electric. Everything feels new, intense, unpredictable. The anticipation, the mystery, the excitement of discovery, all of it fuels the brain's reward system, flooding you with dopamine, making every touch, every glance, feel charged with energy. But over time, as the newness fades, the brain adjusts. What once felt thrilling becomes familiar. The dopamine rush that once came so easily requires more and more stimulation to achieve the same effect. And this is where desire begins to shift, not because your body is broken, but because your brain has adapted. But there's more to it than just brain chemistry. One of the most overlooked reasons men lose interest in sex is the weight of unspoken emotions. Stress, anxiety, and unresolved tension can quietly drain your desire without you even realizing it. When your mind is preoccupied with work pressures, financial worries, or relationship conflicts, it's difficult to fully relax into the moment. And since sexual arousal requires a state of openness, of being fully present in your body, that mental noise becomes a barrier. It's not that you don't desire your partner, it's that your nervous system is too overwhelmed to allow that desire to rise. And then there's the impact of routine. In long-term relationships, the initial spark that comes from novelty and anticipation can gradually give way to familiarity. While comfort and closeness are beautiful, they can sometimes dull the edge of excitement that fuels spontaneous desire. When intimacy begins to feel predictable, the brain's reward system isn't as easily activated. But that doesn't mean desire is gone. It simply means it needs to be reawakened, rediscovered in new ways. Another factor that's rarely discussed is the role of emotional connection. Despite the stereotype that men are driven by physical desire alone, the truth is that many men need emotional intimacy to feel fully aroused. When there's distance, resentment, or a lack of communication in a relationship, it can create an invisible barrier that dampens desire. The mind senses that something is off, and the body responds accordingly. But perhaps the most surprising reason men lose interest in sex is a subtle shift in their relationship with themselves. Over time, stress, aging, and societal pressures can chip away at a man's confidence. And when confidence fades, when you begin to question your body, your performance, or your ability to satisfy a partner, desire naturally begins to waver. Because true desire isn't just about wanting someone else, it's about feeling desirable within yourself. It's about looking in the mirror and seeing strength, vitality, and the power to give and receive pleasure without hesitation. So, what can you do if you found your desire slipping away? How do you reignite that spark, not just for your partner, but for yourself? The first step is to understand that losing interest in sex is not a sign of failure, it's a signal that something in your life, your mind, or your heart needs attention. And the good news is, desire can always be rekindled. The brain is endlessly adaptable, capable of forming new pathways and rediscovering old pleasures when given the right stimulation. One of the most powerful ways to reignite desire is to break free from routine. Introduce novelty into your life, not just in the bedroom, but in all areas. Explore new hobbies, challenge yourself physically, travel to unfamiliar places. When you stimulate your brain with new experiences, it becomes more responsive to pleasure, making it easier to feel excitement and anticipation again. And when it comes to intimacy, don't be afraid to explore. Open up conversations with your partner about what excites you, your fantasies, your curiosities, the things that make your heart race. When you create a space where both of you can share your desires without fear of judgment, intimacy becomes an adventure, not an obligation. And sometimes, simply allowing yourself to ask for what you want, to express your desires openly, can reignite a passion that you thought had faded. But just as importantly, take time to reconnect with yourself. Physical exercise, healthy nutrition, and quality sleep all play a role in maintaining energy and hormonal balance. But beyond that, nurture your confidence. Remind yourself of what makes you feel strong, capable, and alive. Because when you feel confident in your body, your mind naturally becomes more open to desire. And if stress has been holding you back, find ways to release it. Meditation, deep breathing, time spent in nature, these simple practices can help quiet the noise in your mind, allowing your body to respond more freely to pleasure. Remember, desire is not something you have to force. It's something that emerges naturally when your mind and body are in harmony. So, my love, if you've ever wondered why your desire has faded, know this: you are not broken. Your body has not betrayed you. The spark is still there, waiting to be reignited. All it takes is a shift in perspective, a willingness to explore, and the courage to reconnect with the part of yourself that craves passion, connection, and pleasure.
I hope this conversation has given you insight, inspiration, and maybe even a renewed sense of possibility. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment sharing your thoughts. Have you experienced a shift in your desire? What helped you rediscover that spark? I love hearing your stories, and every time we open up these conversations, we create space for more connection, more understanding, and more fulfillment. Sending you all my warmth, and until next time, trust your desires, embrace your passions, and never stop exploring what makes you feel truly alive. A soft kiss, and I'll see you soon.